here again, joined by my buddy and pal Kirby, to talk about a Wii exclusive game, Kirby's Epic Yarn, which came out just before the end of last year. Now, when this game was first announced, and leading up to its release, it's kind of a mixed bag of what people really felt about this game. It's kind of a departure from the Kirby games of the past in that he doesn't have his trademark inhale ability, and right there I know people are like, oh, turned off immediately. But what we have here is a game that goes for more style than substance. It is a platformer, of course, like most good Kirby games. He's kind of let's start from the beginning. It's told like a storybook, right? So it's like a father reading to his kids or something like that. And it's a story of Kirby, and he gets sucked into this two-dimensional world where everything's made out of like craft supplies. He teams up with this prince, and they're going to kind of set things right again. So you have this whole world, which is kind of like a tapestry, and you have to get points and different stuff, essentially. You can't die in the game. There's no real challenge to it. It's more or less you're trying to complete each level with as many points as possible. You get a little house for Kirby that you can renovate and stuff like that. Where the inhale ability is not available, they do replace it with a bunch of other cool stuff. Kirby can turn into a train, for example, a tank at one point, to do different things and different puzzles and stuff like that. And again, who does this game appeal to? With the way the levels are designed and stuff like that, it's very simple. If you're an adult, you're either going to love it or hate it, and that there's really no challenge to it. It almost feels like a kiddie game, but in that there's a certain charm to it. Like the music and stuff like that is very reminiscent, relaxing, kind of reminds you of a day gone by. And it's just a game you can pop in on a Sunday afternoon and enjoy with a buddy. So I think it appeals to maybe the younger crowd as well as the older crowd who's been gaming for a long time. But I can see where people might move away from it. It's not like a Kirby Superstar or something like that. It's almost like playing like a Mario educational game. Not quite that, but that same idea where it does it's Kirby, but not quite. The game itself is beautiful. If you're playing it on the Wii, unfortunately, which isn't an HD console, but one of the better looking Wii games in its artistic style. It's all very bright, vibrant pastel colors, and the levels are designed with the craft supplies in mind. So, for example, you can grab a button and scrunch the tapestry together so you can get across gaps and stuff like that. The water effects are really cool. Bubbles are really cool, and that it's like a little ring of yarn and stuff like that. Kirby himself is made up of a string of yarn, so when he changes shape, you just see that kind of change itself. There's these parts where you're going through these tunnels and he just becomes like a long strand and stuff like that. Very unique game in that. Very, very artistic. I did enjoy Kirby's Epic Yarn, but as a platformer and stuff like that, when there's really nothing at stake, it's hard to say that there's replay value here. Although the game is adorable, obviously. I can't really suggest it for many adult gamers. It's great for little kids. Kids around the early teens, the 12, 13, 14-year-olds are probably, unless it's a girl crowd, honestly, guys aren't going to really gravitate to this. It's quite literally the opposite of a Call of Duty or a Halo or something like that. Not that they should be playing that anyways. But yeah, for the older crowd and stuff like that, I mean, you can see it playing. You kind of know what you're in for. Very, very pretty game. Wii exclusive. Definitely worth checking out. I give it a 7 out of 10.